You have to learn, what do you want in your life?
I'm David Goggins. I'm an ultra marathon runner from San Diego, California. As of right now, I've been riding the bike now for 2 hours. I have another hour and 12 minutes left.
We have so much influence coming at us, and it's okay to sit in a room by yourself in a chair and just think about you, where I want to be, where do I see myself tomorrow, the next year from that. And it takes a lot of self-discipline. It transfers over to all aspects of your life. It's not people, man, why are you always working out? Stop looking at it that way.
In 1998, a psychologist named Roy Baumeister ran an experiment. He brought students into a lab. On the table in front of them were two bowls, one filled with freshly baked chocolate chip cookies and the other filled with radishes. One group was told to eat the cookies, while the other group was only allowed to eat the radishes and had to resist the cookies the whole time. Afterwards, both groups were given an impossible puzzle to solve. And what Baumeister found changed the way we think about self-control forever.
The radish condition, people quit more than 10 minutes faster than the others. So resisting the temptation to eat chocolates and cookies, that took something out of them, that used up some kind of inner resource that they then did not have to enable them to keep trying and keep working and keep persevering at the puzzle.
He called it ego depletion. The idea that willpower isn't a character trait, it's a finite resource. Every time you resist something, you spend a little of it. And once it's gone. Which means every morning you wake up, open your phone, scroll for 20 minutes, and then try to sit down and do focused work you've already lost, before you even started.
Then you have the guys above those guys who really kill it.
Yeah.
He says, and those guys, they have a system for everything.
In the early 1980s, Jerry Seinfeld was a nobody, doing open mics in New York, getting paid nothing.
So, what you have to do is invent a system.
He bought a big wall calendar. Every single day that he was working towards his goal, he drew a big red X over that date, and his only job, the only rule he gave himself, was this: don't break the chain. No targets, no pressure to be brilliant. Just show up, put an X on the calendar, and don't break the chain. And what he understood was that once the chain is long enough, you stop wanting to break it. Not because you're disciplined, but because the streak itself becomes something you care about protecting. Today, Jerry Seinfeld is one of the most successful comedians in history. Not because he wanted it more than everyone else, but because for decades, he never broke the chain.
Cristiano Ronaldo is the most professional player I ever played with. He was the one, if we are training at 10, he will be here at 8. He was the last to leave the training ground, practicing his skill.
After official training ends, when everyone else goes home, Ronaldo stays. Extra shooting drills, gym work, alone, every single day.
And the discipline of Cristiano, unbelievable. I never see this. The discipline to do it every single day, non-stop, this is something.
And here's what people miss when they look at Ronaldo. They think he wakes up every morning and fights the urge to sleep in. That he drags himself through every extra training session. But that's not what's happening. At some point, and nobody can tell you exactly when, the habits stopped being habits. They became identity. The question he asks himself every morning isn't, do I feel like it today? The question, without even thinking, is, what would someone like me do? When your behavior becomes an expression of who you are, rather than an act of willpower, it stops costing you anything. Now, David Goggins looks like the opposite of everything I just said.
Get it, 17. You don't know me, son.
He wakes up at 3 a.m.,
18. You don't know me, son.
runs 100 miles in a weekend,
18. Me, son.
calls himself the hardest man alive.
Got some more in you.
And you'd be forgiven for thinking that Goggins is the exception that breaks the rule. That some people are just built differently. That some people are just built for suffering in a way the rest of us aren't. But look closer. Goggins didn't start like this. He was overweight at 24, working as a pest control worker, hating his life, by his own admission, going nowhere. What changed wasn't his pain tolerance. What changed was his standard. He didn't wake up one day with more willpower than everyone else. He spent years, deliberately, painfully, raising the floor of what he considered acceptable for himself. He isn't fighting himself every morning. He made a decision years ago about who he was, and every morning he simply acts like that person. The suffering looks voluntary from the outside, but from the inside, falling below his standard would be the real pain. 3 different people, 3 completely different approaches, and yet they all arrived at the same place. Seinfeld built a system, Ronaldo built an identity, and Goggins built a standard. None of them are white-knuckling it every morning. None of them are waiting to feel motivated, because none of them are relying on willpower at all. The paradox of discipline is that the people who seem the most disciplined are usually the ones who need it the least. They've set things up so that showing up is simply what they do. So the question isn't whether you have enough discipline. The question is, who are you trying to become? Because once you know that clearly enough, the discipline tends to follow.